Hello, it's Monday. I don't think I've actually started this reading vlog, but here we go. I'm having a great day. My ankle is still sore and my Kindle is just broken. So, real great. I guess this gives me an opportunity to look at other Kindles because I've had my Amazon Fire, which is what my Kindle is or was. I've had that since 2013, so it's lasted a long time. Like nearly, I think 8 years. It's lasted 8 years and I got it secondhand. So pretty good, really decent life. So I'm just having a look online. I'm looking at ordering one from Fortress because if you don't know, in Hong Kong, Fortress is one of our electronic shops and I've just been looking. So I think I'm gonna buy one of those at some point. I'm not sure when. Hopefully I'll get it soon. But for now, I've got to read all my Kindle books on my phone, which is what I'm filming on. Oh well, that's life, I guess. It's just the way it is. I'm going to leave my Kindle for a bit, see if it recovers. And if it doesn't, then I guess that's it. It's going to get recycled. Hello, my Kindle is officially dead. So I'm going to have to look into getting a new one, which is sad. Well, I have to figure out if I can access my UK Amazon account on a US edition Kindle. So if anyone knows, please leave it in the comments below because I need a Kindle. I need like an e-reader or something. Like I'm reading stuff on my phone, but it's not the same. Anyway, so aside from mourning the loss of my Kindle, I have made some apple pie filling. And I'm going to be making some small like hand apple pies, I guess. Like I have puff pastry that I need to use up and I'm like, you know what? I have all these apples that are going to go off. Might as well make some apple pie. So I made some filling and then I'm going to be sealing them and cutting them. I'm going to freeze a decent amount of pies because I've made enough to fill a whole load of them. You can cook them from frozen. I'm also going to have, I guess I can have one for supper, which will be nice. I'll just keep it in the fridge and then bung it in. That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it actually. Haven't had apple pie in ages, so there we go. Have now finished All Roads Lead Here. I've just put it through Core Pile and it's 4 stars. Yeah, it's definitely a 4 stars. It didn't give me 5-star. Like the feelings I get when I read a 5-star book. It's still nice. I enjoyed it. I think it's nice reading something different from the other bits of work. It's I think All Roads Lead Here is Mariana Zapata's newest release, so I liked it. I now have to wait for it to get dark before I can start my next one because I'm going to be taking out 2 prompts in one. I'm going to be reading Black Witch Magic, and again that was on my Kindle, so I'm going to be reading it on my phone, which is fine. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a different reading experience, I guess. So I'll be reading that on my phone, and then that'll be my 3 trips through the haunted house done this month. And I'm going to be nice and do some mood reading because I deserve it, and I feel like I'm going to try and read all 3 of the Shadow and Bone trilogies as soon as possible, and then I'm going to do my reread of 6 of Crows because I love that book and I've been watching Shadow and Bone, so it makes me want to reread / like just enjoy the characters again because that was such a fun book. I loved it when I read it last year. And then I can read King of Scars and Rule of Wolves because I haven't touched that like duology. 6 of Crows is one of my favourite YA books. It's one of my favourite YA books. And my cat has just turned up. I'm going to start Black Witch Magic once it gets dark. But yeah, I'm just going to enjoy my evening. My ankle's feeling a lot better now, which is good. So I have some things I want to do. I made some apple pies earlier, so I might stick one in the oven if they've frozen. Chat to you later. It is now dark outside. There you go. It's now dark. So I'm going to start reading Black Witch Magic. I do have to make my supper, which is what I'm doing right now, but afterwards I'm just going to sit and read it on my phone and just enjoy my evening. I think Bake Off is on later today, so I might just pop that on. But other than that, I'm just going to be reading. Good morning. It is Tuesday. I made it about 70% of the way through my book last night, and then I had to switch off because I was tired. But today I have to go in to buy some food because I'm hosting a party on Friday. So I have to stock up and get all the supplies I need to make supper and dessert and all that sort of thing. So I have to sort that out. So I'm going to be going shopping. I might go out and buy my lunch in town because I'm not faffed with cooking today. At least lunch. I just want to get outside and do something. I'm going to go on a walk a bit later. My ankle's feeling a lot better now. It's all iced and rested, and so I should be able to go out walking, which would be nice. It's almost time for, it's almost dark. The sun's going to set in about 40 minutes, according to the weather app. So I can finish Black Girl Magic, which will be great. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see how it ends. I bet there's going to be a big supernatural fight. I mean, that's how it usually is in these sort of books, but I'm really liking the romance between Aiden and Celine. They're just so cute, and it's just what I needed, witchy magic, and it's actually set at Christmas, which just makes me want Christmas more. I love Halloween, but Christmas is my absolute favorite time of the year, hands down. I love Christmas. So there's that. It's making me feel all warm inside. For now, I'm going to make myself some dan dan mien, which is dan dan noodles. If you don't know what they are, they're a Sichuan noodle dish that uses Chinese sesame paste, but you can replace it with peanut butter, and I've just been really craving that sort of palette. So Sichuan peppercorns and and peanut butter. It'll sound weird to the Western population, but it's a very popular flavor pairing in Sichuan, in the Sichuan region in China, and I absolutely love them. They're so good. They're proper street food. You usually get them with ground pork. I don't have that, so I think I'm going to marinate some tofu or just I guess I'm going to bung a chicken fillet or fish fillet in the oven, and I can eat that and then just have my dan dan mien, which I'm really looking forward to. I am going to wind down and maybe watch an episode of CSI and then chill out. Hello, happy Wednesday. I have been out at class this morning, but I realised I forgot to update you last night because I finished Black Witch Magic. Such a good book. I think I ran it through Corpile and it's got 4.5 stars. Well, it's on the border between a 4 and a 5 star, and I've given it it's a 4.5. Such a good book. If you like witches, you like magic, just, you should pick it up. Like, I really enjoyed the romance aspect of it as well. I loved the fact that it was about a paranormal investigator falling in love with a witch. Such a great premise. So good. If you're interested in sort of like witchy romance, go pick it up. It's absolutely, it was just so great. So up my alley. Just what I wanted for this time of year. And that means that I have finished all 3 rounds that I pledged to go through the haunted house. Hooray! So I'm actually thinking of going through another time, like another round. And I think I'm going to start with the last path that I didn't actually go down, which starts at a book under 200 pages. I don't think I own many books that are under 200 pages unless you count like plays and things, but I found in my book of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Stories by Robert Louis Stevenson, he has The Body Snatchers in there, and that is under 200 pages. So my idea is I'm going to start with that because it's a spooky book. It's under 200 pages. And honestly, I have no idea what it's about, so yeah, we'll see. So if I go down this path, I will be going and hitting another non-fiction, which is good because I got Bad Blood earlier on in the month and I want to read that. So that means I go down this path and I get to go through again, which would be cool. I'll have to do another trick or treat round and I don't know, I'll see what I feel, I'll see what people post. Oh gosh, you can see my sunburn. Yes, I was out in the sun today and I got sunburnt because I'm pale as anything. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm actually going to be kicking out 2 prompts in one because honestly, I don't really read much spooky like works. I get scared easily and I don't really like, there are moments where I'm like, I shouldn't be scared, this is completely illogical, I should not be afraid of something that's going on the TV, but it still happens. Like, I don't know, it's just, I know books and movies and TV shows are meant to make you feel something as a viewer, but when it gives you nightmares, it's not a fun experience. Like, trust me, it's not enjoyable. So I'll see how I feel. So I'm sort of scared of what the body snatchers could mean, but who knows? I haven't actually read it before, but we'll see. So time to go through the last path in the haunted house and then maybe mood read later on in the month, which would be cool. Hello, I did what I said I was going to do and I actually picked up The Body Snatchers after I got ready for, I have a meeting and I am going to be going there soon, so I've just done my makeup and my hair to make myself look presentable. I'm just waiting for my lift and I have read The Body Snatchers. Oh, creepy. Like, it's creepier knowing that it's actually based on a real life crime that happened in Edinburgh. Like, it's just like the stuff that happened in it was just so like that's the whole point, I guess, that it's spooky and like it's getting me in the mood for Halloween, but at the same time I'm just like, ugh. like, oh my god. So that is done. So for me, that's 2 prompts worth at the start of the haunted house because I'm terrified of horror, so that's something I fear. And also under 200 pages. The next book that I'm going to be picking up on my 4th round through the haunted house is Bad Blood. I picked this up at the beginning of the month. This is about Theranos and the founder Elizabeth Holmes. She's currently in trial, like she's in a trial that's going on right now, and I'm interested to read about the science. I will see how I feel about that. It should be really intriguing to me. Theranos, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, I believe it's a company that was developing technology to be able to detect possible diseases that you have or have the genetic property to have. I'm not 100% sure. I'm interested to see what that's about. I don't know how quickly I'll read it. I read non-fiction quite slowly because there's much more to digest. So we'll see. Hello, so I have started Bad Blood. I think I'm almost 20% of the way through. It's interesting. It's not what I thought it was going to be. So this book is by the investigative journalist, and he actually wrote an article about Theranos that broke this sort of story to the public, which is fascinating. So I'm reading about Theranos' life as a startup company in Silicon Valley and what they were trying to do. The stuff that's going on in here and the biochemistry that they're looking at and the manufacturing that they're doing, I'm just like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know how people weren't able to pick up on it, especially with the way that the business was working. It's absolutely bonkers. This book actually explains what they're testing in, I guess, layman's terms. So if you don't have a scientific background, you can pick it up and read it. Like, it's fascinating how much this company was able to, like, allegedly get away with, because they're not charged yet, so I can't really make accusations, but really interesting so far. I just have to go through it slowly because I'm a slow reader, or at least I'm slow reading non-fiction. Hello, I just woke up from a nap because I woke up way too early this morning. I'm just having some coffee before class. Well, I've been reading a bit more of Bad Blood and I'm intrigued. I've just been looking online and there is a podcast about called Bad Blood, the final chapter, which I found on Spotify. So if you're interested in hearing about the Elizabeth Holmes case from the actual investigative reporter who wrote this book, and you're not really into reading, that I think is a good source. I've just listened to the first episode, and like, even though it talks about some stuff that's in here, it's still like, it's just like, oh my god, like how did this happen? How did so many people get on board? Like, how? So if you're interested in this whole process and this Silicon Valley startup going wrong, either pick up this book or go and listen to that podcast, because I think that's great. I love science. I find science so interesting. So reading that, it's crazy. And in other news, I have now moved my Kindle onto my tablet, which is going to be interesting. So I've put like an Amazon Kindle on my Christmas list, because what can you do, right? You can't do anything. That's just the way it is. And
Like, I'm sure I'll be fine reading on this tablet. Like, I'll be absolutely fine. It's not the end of the world at all. So I'm looking forward to actually being able to read ebooks that aren't on my phone, because as much as I love my phone, there are some drawbacks. Like, I don't like how small it is. Like, I prefer reading on a larger scale. Anyway, looking forward to that. That should be a decent size. I hope the battery lasts, and we'll see if I get one for Christmas. Who knows? It'll be really expensive, but it's like, that's what it is. Back to this, and I'm going to set up for my class, my yoga class, which will be nice. It's really dark, and I'm thinking I might make myself some, I think I've got to get some salmon out for supper and just enjoy my evening. It's starting to get cold, and that's what I'm here for. Like, you've seen me wearing jumpers, but it hasn't been actually cold enough to actually put on a jumper. So I'm so excited to have my winter wardrobe and pull that out, even though it's not really that cold. Like, it's gonna get down to 18 degrees. Like, it's 22 degrees now, which best weather, and I can't wait to get my jeans out and my jumpers out, because that's some of my favorite things to wear, just like long trousers and jumpers. Hello, I am now halfway through Bad Blood. Really interesting story. I don't like saying that it's a story because it's like it actually happened, but some of the stuff in here just seems like science fiction, and I guess that's sort of the point. I know the theory that, like, I know why doctors take a certain amount of blood to test, like, to do your blood tests and all that sort of stuff, and I know the reason. Like, some of the things that, like, this company was saying they could do, just, like, I don't know how they got away with saying this sort of stuff. I am going to head to bed because I am tired. I've made decent progress today. I'm very happy. I've actually learned a whole lot about Theranos, which is really, it's interesting. At the same time, I'm like, oh my god, how did this happen? I will see you tomorrow. Hello, happy Friday. I have been listening to the Bad Blood podcast. I've had to do a whole load of stuff today. I'm preparing to have people over tonight, so I'm making sure everything's clean and that we're all responsible. I have been making food. I've been making dips. Which is, it's been a long trek. I now have to prepare the actual meal for tonight. So I've got salmon, onions and mushrooms, and I'm going to be making a mushroom sauce. So I'm going to do that, or at least start it, and wrap my salmon up in parcels, because then I can just bung them in the oven when people get here, and it's just easy, just all sorted. Yeah, I have been listening to Bad Blood. It's really interesting, really intriguing, and hopefully I'll finish the book while I take a bit of a break, because I've had a really hectic day. But anyway,
I will chat to you in a bit. Maybe I'll do some reading and update you. Hello, I'm all ready for mahjong now. I have made food and set up the table, which is good. I'm excited. Hopefully they'll turn up soon because food's going to be done. At least it can stay in the oven for a bit. But overall, very busy day. Been on my feet pretty much the whole time, but what can you do? Nothing really. And now I just have to wait for people to turn up. See how long that takes. Good morning, I'm out on a walk. I mean, as you can see, I'm out on a walk and I'm listening to the Bad Blood podcast, which is good. It's sort of holding me over while I'm walking because I don't have the audiobook for Bad Blood. It's really fascinating, and if you're interested in like the science behind it, I highly recommend listening to this podcast because it breaks it down in much more understandable terms than, I mean, for me audio is always better, but that's a personal choice, you know. So I can read it and I do understand because I haven't been trained medically, but I do have biological training. So if like blood work and that sort of thing interests you and you're interested in the lore behind what's going on, I highly recommend it. It's a really good one. And I'm just going to enjoy my Saturday. I'm going to be going out actually because I have to do a food shop. So I've got to go out and do that. And I've also got to go pick up some wine and stuff for my father because he's back and I need to drop the booze off at his hotel because hotels, like quarantine hotels here, don't have booze stock. So there's that. All right, I'll chat to you when I get back home. Hello, I've been reading Bad Blood. I am almost at the end actually. There's a whole load of like notes and indexes in this book. So I'm almost at the end. Really intrigued. I'm getting to how the story actually started now. I'm fascinated. I'm eating my lunch, reading a little bit, and then I've got to go into town because I have to go and pick up some alcohol, as I said earlier. So I've got to go pick up some wine for my father. I've also got to do a food shop. I have to get more cat litter for my cats, which is perfectly normal. And then I've also got to pop around. I might have a look at some, I need to get some more oat milk, definitely. So there's that. So I'm going to finish eating my lunch and then head off into town. I have decided I'm going to finish this before I head out because I'm like that. Holy, there's so much. I'm like, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this was real life. It feels like a movie. It feels like it's out of a movie. This is like a real world thriller. Like, I don't have a background in medicine. Granted, I know my fair share about like biological sciences. In this context, Elizabeth Holmes, so the founder, she wanted her vision so much that she convinced everyone that it was working and they were just all wrong. Everything that they were doing just wasn't producing enough results. She tweaked third-party machines to run her tests. And I'm glad that this has been written. If you're interested in like this sort of thing, science and the impact that it can have on a big scale, or you just want if you're interested in a book that takes place in the real world but sounds like fiction, pick it up. John Carreyrou, he writes really well. So if you're interested, go and pick that up. I'm going to try and finish this now because I don't want to put it down. So I'm not leaving until I finish that. Okay, I've just finished Bad Blood. Go pick it up if you're looking for real world style thrillers. John Carreyrou's writing is great. Well, like his investigative journalism, oh my god, I can't believe he uncovered all of that. Like, it's crazy. I need to put it through Corpile, but I have a feeling it's going to be a 4-star book. I don't think it's 5 stars. I think it's 4 stars. I'm not 100% sure. I need to put this through on my Spoopathon tracker. Then I'm going to head into town because I need to get food shopping, and everyone's lunch break should be over by now, which is good. I just can't believe that they were able to get away with all that stuff. So, if you don't know, the founder of Theranos, Elizabeth Holmes, her and her second in command, Sunny Bashwani, they've both been charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 10 counts of wire fraud. That's crazy. I just can't believe that's real life. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that this is non-fiction. It feels like a modern day thriller. Go pick it up. You don't have to be a biologist to pick it up. You don't have to be someone in the medical field. This had the potential to impact everyone. Every single person. So many people could have been misdiagnosed and could have been sent for emergency treatment or take medications that they didn't actually need. I think if there's one thing people need to take away is you can't treat the medical business, so like machines used in medical analysis, you can't take that and model it off iPhone updates. Like, you can't model it off Apple. If Apple has an issue with the software, they can just update it. It's not life-threatening. If there's something on a machine that has the potential to alter someone's life forever, and an update's needed to say, oh no, sorry, that's wrong, that has the potential to ruin someone's life forever. Go pick it up if you're interested in a really fast-paced non-fiction book. Like, I got through that quite quickly for a non-fiction book, for me. Alright, so I've logged it through Corpile, definitely 4 stars, and I put it in my Spoopathon tracker, which is good. Now I'm about to head into town. I'm going in and gonna get some food and pick up booze. And then when I get back, I can start my treat prompt, because yesterday, while I was doing stuff for Mahjong, I put a poll up on the Discord for Spoopathon. So I asked people to choose between Shadow and Bone and The Cat Who Saved Books, and the lovely people of the Spoopathon Discord that were up when I was up chose Shadow and Bone. So I have read this before. I haven't read it since, it's been a year. I'm looking forward to picking it up again because I really enjoyed the show. But I'm going to be doing that when I get back. Obviously, I'm not going to do that now because I need to get a move on, go into town and sort everything out, because then I can go in tomorrow and get stuff for my dad and get him his booze. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Hello, I have just started my reread of Shadow and Bone. It's actually quite nice that I'm rereading this because when I read this last time, I was a bit ill. Well, I was very ill, definitely with food poisoning. Like, this was last year. So I sort of remember it and I sort of don't. I do remember bits because I've watched some of the show. Like, it does come back to me, but I'm going to enjoy my reread.
I am going to enjoy this because I'm going to try and read the whole trilogy. I don't know if I'll do its own video, but like my goal is if I finish this, then I can do a reread of the whole thing. I might film separate excerpts to talk about Shadow and Bone as well as the other two, so I might make them their own reading vlog. I might do the same with Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom and King of Scars and Rule of Wolves. In other news, I have got my duvet out for the first time because I'm starting to wake up feeling a chill in the air, which is great. It means that the seasons are changing here, and honestly, I've been so sick of 30-degree hot humid days, and it's just nice to have cooler weather. You know, saying that, I'm probably going to be complaining come January and February when I wake up and I'm freezing and I don't want to get out of bed, but it happens. That is life. I'm going to read Shadow and Bone and then I'm gonna go to bed because I have physio tomorrow morning, which will be good, and then I also have to drop stuff off with my dad tomorrow, which should be all right.
Hello, happy Sunday. I'm about to film a video. Well, I'm going to film my late September wrap up now, which is good because I need to do that. I've just written up all my thoughts on one document. I am also going to be reading Shadow and Bone later, which is going to be fun. So I'm going to start my vlog for that. And I'm also going to be filming a like October book haul because it's nearly the end of the month. Can't believe that, and I think I've got all the books that I'm going to be buying this month, so that too. Anyway, I'm going to get filming and I'll chat to you later. I have finished filming, I have finished doing everything, and I have been reading Shadow and Bone. I am now 25% of the way through, and I'm gonna call it a night because I'm tired and I have to get up early tomorrow. So I think I'm going to end my weekly reading vlog here. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you want more bookish content. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!